Good morning everyone, welcome to Bridal Army TV. I'm Dawn Rose, and in this video we're going to be talking about my 5 ninja tricks to get more eyes on your website content. So what you're probably going to find is that these aren't really ninja, and they're not really tricks either. They're just going to be really simple things you can do to get eyes on your content. And the funny thing is that we always struggle with, like, oh, no one visits my website, and it's really hard to get people to, engage with things, and I don't really know what I'm doing wrong, and I hear that all the time. And the funny thing is that I can give you just some really simple things to do to start getting some more traffic over on your website. So here we go. Here's number 1. First of all, and this one is like the easiest thing ever, just email your existing clients and tell them about your website. So go back over the last, few years. If you've been using an email list for a while, if you've been using something like MailChimp that we talked about yesterday, if you've been using MailChimp for a while, then you may have started to accumulate like a list of people, right, on that email list. Or maybe you can just go through your inbox and you can just select out, 10, 15, 20, 100 of your previous brides. Just send them an email and tell them that you've got some new stuff on your website. So, or you've just created a new website, or you've got a new price list or something like that. But just email your existing clients and let them know, hey, come visit my website. Super easy, right? That's number 1. Number 2, this is a really different one. Now, some of you may have thought this, some of you may not, but do a swap. If you join up with either another hairstylist or makeup artist, get them to share your website on their page, and then you do the same for them. How else are we going to create exposure? Especially if we're working with these people, a fair amount of the time, and you kind of, one of you's doing hair and one of you's doing makeup, and you team a lot. If you team up with them a fair bit, do a swap, or even offer a swap. If you haven't even worked with them before, maybe even you could, catch up for coffee and say, hey, look, we're both kind of at the same, it's the same Facebook page likes, maybe that you're kind of doing the same amount of work together. Catch up and say, well, how about we help each other and boost each other's businesses? You do makeup, I do hair, let's give it a boost together, and then share each other's websites on your social media pages. Super easy, right? Even email your list, get them to email their list and tell them about your website. So number 2, do a swap with someone. Number 3 is to share in these online communities. Now be careful, obviously with Facebook groups I'm really talking about here. Be careful with your Facebook groups, because when they're managed, when they're groups that are managed by sort of community type managers that look after it, there's probably going to be some rules, and there's going to be reasons and times when you can and can't share your website. But check out the rules. If there isn't any rules, then it should be fine for you to share your content, fine for you to share out your website. But if there's a rule that says, you're only allowed to, local businesses are only allowed to advertise on a Thursday, put a note in your diary, in your calendars, in your planners, so that you know that you can share on that day. Even if you're using something like, Buffer or Hootsuite, have it come up so that it's the day to share. So use your planners, use your calendars, use your reminders in your phones, anything that, gives you perhaps a little bit of a ding ding to say, hey, it's Thursday, you're allowed to share your information, and then keep doing it regularly. So sharing in these forums is a really good idea, and it will get eyes definitely over onto your website. That leads me on to number 4, and it's to create your own online community. I mean, why not? Why not? There's quite a few of those sites around. Unfortunately, what you find sometimes with these sites, if they're not very well managed, they become inundated and overwhelmed with people trying to advertise all the time. But why not create your own community, maybe your own bridal community, where you invite all your brides to like the community or join the community, and say that it is just a page and these are the rules. Set your own rules that anyone, including yourself included, anyone can advertise, but they're only allowed to advertise on specific days or specific times of the day or something like that. But create your own online community, and then draw attention to the fact that you're the bridal stylist, and that you're there, and that you're sharing again your website and your content. So that is number 4. Number 5 Okay, this is my 5th one. This is my last tip today. Share a link once a week on your social media. Now that sounds like really straightforward. It seems like a really simple thing to do. But here's the thing, you know, Facebook, they're not so keen on links. You know, you don't always get out into the newsfeed. We all know that video is probably going to get you further in your newsfeed than anything else. I mean, you could, if you wanted to, share a link to a video on your website. That's probably a really good idea. But just once a week, take the time to write a little story, you know, write a little tip, a hint, an idea for your brides, and then share a link to your website. You know, you don't have to write a full blog post, but you know, I would say help Facebook recognize you a little bit more. Facebook do like wordy posts. That's very loud if you just heard that. Facebook do like quite wordy posts. So, you know, make sure you do a couple of paragraphs, give them a few hints, tips, ideas, designs, anything like that for their wedding, and then share that onto your social media, including a link to your website. Definitely when it comes to Facebook, you know, be careful. Don't be sharing links every single day to your one website, because it's a bit like spamming in Facebook's eyes. But definitely share out your content at least once a week, and get these people over onto your website. Okay, my 5 ninja tricks. All right, 5 ninja tactics to get people to look at your website. Number 1, email your list existing. Easy, right? Number 2, do a swap. Do a swap with another hairstylist, another makeup artist, another salon down the street. Build up each other's businesses. You're not each other's clients. You're going to attract different people. It doesn't matter. It's okay. In fact, if you're a hairstylist, you know, with a makeup artist, you might be attracting the same kind of clients, but you're not offering the same service. So again, it's okay to do that. So do a swap. Number 3, share your link to your website in the Facebook or LinkedIn, I guess, communities. Okay. Number 4, create your own community. And number 5, share a link to your website page once a week. Maybe make a feature of it. Maybe one week it's you sharing your price list. The next week you might be sharing a testimonial page. The next week you might be sharing your About Me page. Do a little blurb with it too. But really easy, right? Super ninja tricks to get eyes on your website. Guys, I will be back again next week. It's just short and sweet from me today. Any questions, drop them below. Love to hear from you. And I shall see you guys again next week. All right, take care for now. Have a great weekend. Bye.